Tim, should we tell the listeners how to join the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Yes, of course. We should probably do it now before we forget, though.
I agree. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.
And remember, this podcast can be found on all the major platforms. So make sure you like, download, and share it with all your friends and family.
Chris, that's a great idea. Now, on to the show. All right, Chris. Welcome to Hilton Head, bud.
Hey, it's great to be back. Travel was a little difficult yesterday, but I'm glad to be on the ground and ready for this week. It's always an exciting week for the tour.
Absolutely, and one, for me, one of the best things is where we're at tonight. So, you ready to go ahead and get this thing started?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Welcome to the Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. We are your hosts, Tim Newman and Chris Rocha. As the oldest and largest amateur golf tour in the country, we put on individual stroke play golf tournaments that are handicapped by flights in 48 markets across the country. The Golfweek Amateur Tour, where amateurs play like pros. All right. So, welcome to Hilton Head National Championship. We just finished up the tour directors dinner and awards. So, let's talk about what's going to happen this week.
Yeah. The directors are, as you can hear them, they're having a good time, mingling. Probably people that haven't seen each other for a while, but being able to throw some ideas, kind of make the tours better for next year for all around.
Yeah, and it's always good to see all the tour directors together and hear what some of the accomplishments that they've done. Because a lot of times we get in our own little bubbles and we don't necessarily talk amongst tour directors very often.
Yeah, definitely. It's always a good time to be able to come together. Obviously, we have our awards that we try to accomplish as tour directors to showcase our local tours, but it's good to just see familiar faces. And I know you and me have made a big impact with the podcast that being able to talk to those people as well.
Yeah, but there's some people that don't get mentioned very much, and the tour doesn't actually run without them.
Right.
They're critical pieces to to the organization. Most of the time, as players, you never even hear about them. You never see them. Sometimes as tour directors, you don't even really talk to them very much. But the national office has a fairly small staff.
Yeah, they do, and it's just a handful of people that are behind the scenes for the most part. I mean, obviously we have the McCormicks who are the face of the tour. Without Dennis and Jennifer, we wouldn't even be here. They're 30 plus years of experience and running the tour. So without them, we wouldn't have it.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know about Jennifer in particular, she has an incredible marketing background. She's the one that really kind of monitors our brand, right. Takes care of all of our brand stuff, makes sure that us as tour directors don't do things that we're not supposed to do. I mean, I know I would never do things. I've never done anything I'm not supposed to do.
No.
But she's also the one that had the idea of the fulfillment, in terms of the goodie bags. And that's been a huge success.
Yeah. It's always good to get something when you go play in a tournament, especially something as big as this, being able to walk away with something to show, even your local tour friends, hey, I was there, you weren't, so ha 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 type of thing.
Exactly. And then there's Susan Geller. I don't think anybody knows who Susan is.
No, unless you're in this room, you don't know who Susan is.
Well, Susan is the one who takes care of all of the payments, for the national office. So anytime that you all as players register to become a member, Susan processes that payment. Everybody that registered and paid for national championship, Susan is the one that processes those payments. Without her, I don't know where we would actually be.
Yeah, coming from the director's side, when you see an email come from her, you know that you got yourself a new member, and it's always great to see.
Exactly.
But she just sits back there in the background and processes all these payments, and then we get on with our way. So she's a huge part to our success.
Absolutely. And then at this awards dinner, this is the only time we see this other guy, Mike Richardson, who is our IT tech guy. God bless him. He has I think he has probably the most difficult job on the tour.
Yes, especially this year with us transitioning to a new live scoring system, basically a whole new system that none of us were used to, and having to deal with the bugs and what everybody wants, and starting from scratch to where it is now is just incredible.
Exactly, with that new system from day one, when nobody knew how it was going to work or anything like that, he was up making sure things worked from the Thursday before all the way through the weekend, on help desk calls.
Oh, I know. I start my season in January, so I know it was one of those, this isn't working, or this is showing this, or we're getting an error on this page, and just having to figure it out throughout the day is just incredible what he's able to do.
Yeah, it really is. And again, God bless him. That's not my area.
Nope.
I turn the computer on, hope it works.
Yep.
And that's it. I know how to check my email, but you start looking at code and those types of things. That's all for you.
No, I'll pass.
Mike Richardson, thanks so much for all you do. Let's go back to one thing I also want to mention about Jennifer McCormick. What most people don't know, so we had over 9,000, or almost 9,000 paid members this year between Golf Week and Senior. That doesn't even count the number of members, the non-paid members.
Right.
Jennifer looks at every single registration, every single one.
Yep.
And so she knows everybody. You don't become a member without crossing her desk and making sure when you fill out the registration form, she makes sure that if you've been a member before, that no information has changed,
right,
or that you type things in wrong,
right.
Thank God for that. But, just think about that job in and of itself, and how big that is.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, if anybody has ever had a guest or taken a guest to an event, they have to still fill out a player profile, and those are the ones that she still has to go through, create a whole new profile for them, and in hopes of them becoming members. And then if they do, I'm pretty sure they fill out another one. And she sees it again, has to, okay, we need to weed this out. So she does a lot of work as well.
Yeah. So and just think about the times that you've brought a guest and they sign up on Saturday morning and you've got a 10 o'clock tee time.
Oh, man.
And yes. She does that, and that's why we say, a lot of times, don't worry about it. If your name doesn't show up, don't worry about it right away. We'll get you taken care of. That's why Jennifer is such a hands-on with this and does such a great job with, making sure that our members are taken care of. That's an issue.
Yes, definitely. It is a big help.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Srixon.
No. So I'm going to, brag a little bit. The next person on the list is Jen, my wife. I joke all the time that she's the one that does all the work, for Atlanta, but she's also the one that answers all the support questions that players send in. She's the one that does all the training for all the tour directors.
Yep.
She's what Dennis and Jennifer call the Flex Seal.
Okay.
She plugs all the holes and fixes everything. And I tell her all the time. I said it's a good thing that you're doing it, because it would be a much different result if I had to answer all these emails and how nice you are to these people sometimes. But God bless her. She does a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine. I know I bugged her a lot at the beginning of this year, trying to get the system going and being a little guinea pig for the new live scoring system and everything like that. So if I felt like I bugged her and there's 40 other people in this room, I can just imagine what was going through her phone.
It's insane. Because again, we live in the RV, so if I'm home, I hear all the conversations. I try and block it out because I just can't. I got my own stuff I got to worry about. But she's on the phone with players and directors day and night. 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Gets text messages at 6 a.m. I've got an 8 o'clock shotgun start, and this isn't working, or that's not working.
Or even with our podcast guests. When we have the technical difficulties, she's on the phone trying to get them through while we're over here waiting for the interview. So
exactly,
it's nonstop for her.
Exactly. So when that happens, basically what I do is, I take my headphones off and I call her and I say, Jen, we're doing doing a recording, so you need to call so and so. Here's the number. Get them hooked up and make it fast because we're doing this.
We have another interview in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and she does it with a smile.
Right. The staff here is incredible. They don't look for the credit. They don't look for the thank yous, but it is well deserved and well needed.
It really is. And so another person that works with national office is Dan Reese. You'll see him, in and out over the course of the weekend. He does a number of different things in the national office. It's not one specific thing, but does a number of different things for the tour.
Yeah, he's fairly new on staff, but you can just tell with even the media coverage that we've had that it's been a whole lot better.
It really has. And then we have Nicole King, who's taking care of all of our social media posts and engagements for this weekend. And if anybody's seen anything she's done so far, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's seeing it come across my Facebook and Instagram pages. For me it was impressive to see, and now I know who's doing it, because I didn't know which of this staff had time to be able to post all this stuff, but it's incredible. I hope she has a great time this weekend. I know even at the director's dinner that we had this year, taking a lot of pictures, so those would be nice to see. Yeah,
I can't wait to see them and see what she comes up with, for the weekend. So, yeah. I did not want to go this week without mentioning those, because again, we can't do what we do as tour directors, and the tour doesn't function without those people that I say they're behind the scenes, but they're really the driving force of the success of our tour.
Yeah, they are, and it's incredible to see everybody. I know we've had a lot of directors as guests on our show, but be able to just hang out with them, talk about how the season went, and then kind of pick everybody's brain to get ideas for next year. I know David King's here. We've had him on the show, and like Jennifer said, he's the king of side games on all the tours, and I've already borrowed one of his side games, and it's just great to see what progress we can have for next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and just kind of see where we go, and before we even get to next year, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens, tomorrow in the Skins game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If anyone's looked at the weather, good luck. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Well, and if you know anything about me, if there's any weather, you know where I'll be.
Inside.
Yeah, I'll be inside.
Well, the good thing is I'm not playing the Skins game either, so I'll be inside as well.
Yeah, so tomorrow is actual. It's also registration for or check-in. You get your goodie bag. And that's over at the Hills course at Palmetto Dunes, and I think that goes from 4 to 8. And we're going to be live tomorrow, right there at check-in, but inside.
Yes.
From 5 to 6. So please, if you're out there listening right now, please stop in, say hi, and come and talk to us for a little bit.
Yeah, anybody's welcome. Come chat with us. You can see how it feels to be on our podcast. I know we had some great guests, but just come say hi, come hang out.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. I say, I've got the face for silent. I mean, the face for radio and
right.
the voice for silent movies, and
now and
here we are live, and we've come a long way in a year, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we grow, next year as well.
Right.
I mean, and again, just kind of a side note, for those that are watching and listening, it was kind of comical, us trying to get this.
Oh my God! It was
get this set up.
It was a journey, to say the least, and brought me back to our first episode. We're trying to figure out just how to use that system, and then now trying to do it live. We're only going to get better.
Yeah,
and that's
it's
the
only
good
going to get better. Absolutely. So we got the Skins game tomorrow, and then registration and check-in.
Yep.
And then Friday it's a 8:30 shotgun start.
Yep.
And Saturday 8:30 shotgun start. And then Sunday is final round, and we'll be crowning 5 national champions.
Yeah, definitely. Please, though, if you are playing and you're watching us today or tomorrow, make sure you're going to the right course.
Oh, my goodness.
Countless times we hear that you're at the wrong course. And granted, the island isn't as huge as you would think. It still takes a little while to get from one spot to the other.
It does. And especially, the courses that generally get mixed up a lot are Palmetto Hall, Arthur Hills, and Palmetto Dunes, Arthur Hills. Double check.
Yep.
Make sure you know where you're going.
And especially
it happens all the time.
Them B-flighters, if you think you're at Hampton Hall and you're not.
Oh, man. Yeah, Hampton Hall is a hall. But I tell you what, you're going to say that's one of my favorite courses. But guess what? That's one of my favorite courses. And if you think back to last year, that's where Champ played.
Yep.
And you saw all those really low scores. So I don't care what flight you're in. There's a B flight that's out there this year.
Yep. I got to make the haul out there.
So swing away, and there's going to be some really good scores out there.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I get the privilege of being able to talk to HB Kim about the course and kind of get in his knowledge of it. So I hope I can get a pretty low score out there.
Let's take a quick break and hear from our sponsor, Srixon.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
I'm sure that you will.
I hope so.
I'm not even bringing up the old back situation because you look like you've been moving around pretty good. So we're just gonna.
It's been testy. It's been testy, but I think we'll be all right. I feel good about it.
I'm sure that you will. So let's talk a little bit about some the tour directors and some of the good things that we've seen this year. We had 12 tours that joined the 100-man club this year.
Yeah, 12. There's one in particular that I'm a little biased to, which I'm excited for, keeping that streak alive. But I can definitely run down the names. We got the Indianapolis tour, Michigan West, California tour, which is a big state, so good for them. Kansas, Mississippi, Upstate, Washington, D.C. Metro. We've got Charleston, South Carolina, Denver, North Central Florida, Cleveland, Akron, Ohio, and then, of course, the El Paso, Las Cruces Tour.
Yeah, if you weren't in that 100-man club, you and I'd have a different conversation.
If we weren't in that 100-man club, I probably wouldn't have come.
You make me laugh. Excuse me. If you look at that list, new tour director, Washington D.C. Good for them. New tour director, Denver.
Yep.
North Central Florida, new tour director. So even new tour directors, have done a really good job. Especially at reaching that 100-man level in their first year.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a new tour director. You tend to lose members because they're so comfortable with the old person, or they know the old director, whatever it may be. So being able to still maintain that is a huge accomplishment. And it's not anything to sneeze over 100 members.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of marketing. It takes a lot of comfort from your regulars to bring and invite people to come play on tour.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, because it's really a testament to the members that bring their friends and their guests out. Just say, hey, you're going to spend your hard-earned money on something that's good and that's positive, that's run at a high level. We can talk about marketing and social media and this, that, and the other thing all you want, but if we're not providing a good service, and guys and women don't like what we're doing, they're not going to come back. So, it's really a testament to our members to say, this is something that we value. This is something that's really good, and we're going to bring our friends and family out and continue to do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the directors get recognized here, but it's really the members that deserve all the credit.
Exactly. And I think this is probably the one time of year that directors do get recognized, and it's good. We need to make sure that we do that. But we also have to remember, what that driving force
right.
really truly is.
Right, and most of this is sorry, lost train of thought. Most of this is word of mouth too.
Absolutely. So now we have the 150-man club. So these are tours. Well, let's do the 100-man club for seniors too, because we got them. Where's my list here?
There we go.
All right, go ahead.
100-man club for seniors. We got Southeast Virginia, Central Carolina, Chicago, Michigan, Orlando, Augusta, and Columbus.
And again, let's look at this, right? Chicago. You know what? I'll come back and we'll talk about Chicago here in just a little bit. Michigan is, I think, the second year. Orlando, first or second year. Augusta, first or second year tour director. So again, we got relatively new tour directors. Again, reaching that high level.
Right. It's a challenge. Trust me. I've had 2 years in seniors, and it's tough to get a tour off the ground. So being able to get 100+ members in your first couple of years, kudos to you. I need to get with you to figure out how to do that.
Exactly. So let's look at the 150-man club for Golfweek, right? So we've got Louisiana South, Cincinnati, Dayton, Ohio, Chicago, Arizona, Tidewater, Louisiana North, Tampa, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Arkansas, Alabama, Jacksonville, Orlando, and yes, Atlanta. We got the 150-man club again.
Yeah, congratulations on that. I think I was there last year. Barely missed it this year, but great numbers on there. You got Arizona, who always has a good turnout. I know the Louisiana tours have been working their butts off to get those members out there.
Right.
So just great to see some new faces on that list.
Mm-hmm.
and then some familiar faces that are just constantly keeping that going.
Exactly. So, so I mentioned Chicago, and, David Bush is not with us this weekend. He and Emily just had their first baby a couple weeks ago, and it's been a struggle for them, and I'm so happy that it's finally working out for them.
Right. Congratulations on that. New babies are not easy.
No, they're not. No, they're not. But on the downside, though, Gabe from Arizona is not here, so this is the downside. His father is dealing with a medical issue, cancer,
right.
And Gabe in Arizona raised the most money for stand-up cancer again this year. So this really kind of shows Gabe's commitment to not only that, but his family. He's taken his dad to get some treatment.
Oh yeah, trust me. I spoke to him before I came. He really wanted to be here, but you got to take care of some stuff sometimes, and once you're able to do that, then he'll be all right.
You want to get in on this? You want to pull up the microphone? Well, you're right in the shot there. I mean, come on in. So you got to see the backside of my lovely wife Jennifer.
Whenever we're ready now.
Yeah, she's doing a little bit of running for us again. God bless her.
Hey, hey, you know what? This is our first live. We're learning as we go.
Exactly. And then a 150-man club for seniors. We had Louisiana and Eastern North Carolina. And actually, looks like we've got Marty coming in with us right now. But Eastern North Carolina did a heck of a job this year.
Come on in.
Hey, guys.
How's this work? Grab a headset.
Hey, if it's too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down.
No, that's fine.
You're fine?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, so we've got Marty Martinez from Eastern North Carolina and Steve Kubik from Augusta. Welcome, guys.
Hey, appreciate you having us.
So Marty, we were actually just talking about you, and you had a really big year across the board. Your golf week numbers were up, your senior numbers were up, and then you took on a really big challenge. And I know exactly what you went through, and God bless you, you did a phenomenal job.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a lot of hard work on the back end of my schedule because I had to go with the other director's schedule that he had already set up. So throwing that on top of our Eastern schedule, that was pretty demanding.
Yeah, I understand, but you know what, you did it great, and the guys kept turning out, and you kept your numbers up, and that's really all you got to do.
Yeah, true. What I wanted to do is just showcase what some of these guys were missing in that other tour,
right?
They lost a little bit of numbers, but we started gaining them back up toward the back end, just because of the things that I do for the players.
Mm-hmm. So. That's evident in your Eastern North Carolina tour to begin with. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're always one of the top producers, and so that always shows.
Oh yeah, and it's the players. All I do is me and Patina do what we do, and the players just follow. And that's what I love about the Eastern Tour, is that the guys, they travel.
Right, they do.
No matter where we go, they're willing to travel to play the tournaments that we are attending.
Right.
Even if we're just there to help out, they're gonna follow us.
Yep. And Steve, I kind of missed you this year. I generally see you 3 or 4 times a year. I didn't see you at all this year. How you been?
Good. The tour's doing great. We've got over 100 members this year. Going to increase it again, and that's all due to the members. I added some incentive bonuses and some other money games, and it's really the members are driving the membership up. They're getting your buddies involved in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, if I'm not mistaken, this was Augusta's best year ever in senior, right?
Yes.
That's really saying a lot. This is your second year as a tour director, right?
Yes, sir.
And you took over for one of my favorite people of all time, in Phil Robinson. And so for you to have taken and build on what he did, I mean, I can't say enough good things about that.
Yeah, no, Phil's a great guy. I played on his tour for 6-7 years.
Uh-huh.
I wish he was with us today.
Yeah.
Really, always be remembered.
Absolutely. So, what do you have planned for next year?
We're going to run the same thing. We'll run a couple more specials, some new specials out. The hole-in-one pot's still growing. It kind of bit me last year. We got 2 hole-in-ones this year, and I started it. And it's a free hole-in-one pot, so the members, they don't pay nothing.
Right.
And, 2 of them, I was like, that's going to hurt. So, but, no, we got some new incentives I thought of that we're doing. We got some cash games down here separate from nationals.
Okay.
You win your flight, highest position in your flight out of just Augusta members, $200 cash.
Really?
So
that's a great idea.
Can I get in that?
Yeah. So
see, that's a great idea, bud.
I'm trying to increase it, but that's what we can do now. So it's $1,000 for 5 flights of $200. And then I have 5 sponsors this year. I hope to max out sponsors next year. And that helps so much.
Definitely.
Great. And are you playing in both Golf Week and Senior?
I plan to play this year. The last time I do the regular Golf Week, my little brother's 49. He turns 50 next year, so it's Senior, and that's it. Those guys are too long for me. But I'm going to give it a whirl.
And Marty, you're not playing Golf Week this year.
No, Patina's going to be playing this year. That's how we alternate.
Right.
So she does the Golf Week side of the house, and then I'll do the senior side.
Okay. But you generally do well in the
Yeah,
It's my 2-man.
Yeah, we're 2-man. But yeah, I won it in 2019. So that was my accolade for winning this thing. It was pretty nice.
and I really like it when the tour director wins a national championship. We've only had a few of them, over the years I've been around. But that to me is great. I'm the one that calls out people's names when they win, and it to me that don't get me wrong. I love calling people's names when they win, but it's really something special when you know the person is a tour director and you know the work that goes into it. It's so hard to play and run a tournament and keep your skills up, and so that just makes it a little bit special.
Yeah, it's attending all the sister tours that helps me out. Like I'll go play Larry Maitland's tour up in Virginia or Central, Myrtle Beach. I use all the other tours that are local around Eastern to kind of help me out. Because the way I look at it as a director, if I'm there to do a director's job, I'm there for the Eastern players.
Right.
So I'll take time to go somewhere else. And it helped me, get recognized by a lot of other players from other tours.
Yes.
So when they do come down for, say, a regional or something like that, or a 2-day major, it helps me out because I already know the guys.
Right. Absolutely. So what do you have planned for next year? I guess you'll be back down.
I'm going to be doing 3 regionals total because I'm going to pick up Myrtle Beach's slack. Okay. So right off the bat, Dennis has got the senior icebreaker.
Right.
Then I'm going to step in and help out with the 4-ball weekend.
Right.
And then I've got the senior masters. Now, normally our senior masters in April, we do it at River Landing.
Right.
River Landing this year is booked solid. So the goal is to use another really great course, Cutty Creek. They just did the CGA Senior Championships there this year. So that'll be our course that we use in April. And then after that, what do we got? The Independence Day, which we normally do at Legends. Well, this year I booked it for Grand Dunes.
Okay,
I wanted to give the Myrtle Beach players and people that are coming in from other tours a really great venue. We played it twice this year with the Myrtle Beach on the golfing side and the senior side, and that course was in phenomenal shape. So they're going to be in for a treat. To get Grand Dunes 2 days in a row, so we're doing something good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we'll finish it off with the Low Country. Myself and Tim Sumption, Charleston, we did a combo there with True Blue and Caledonia. Now, normally we do that at Paul's invitation up front, but the director from Myrtle Beach always booked it on the same week when Dennis is running the senior icebreaker. So the first thing I told Dennis was that I'm definitely changing that date because I want to come play Atlantic Dunes and Heron Point. So that'll be in July, the last part of July.
Awesome.
And that'll be the 3 regionals.
Well, it's too bad you're not going to be at River Landing because I've heard really good things about that.
River Landing is awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're booked solid for April. That's the only thing, and they're starting to really get a lot of membership because they've expanded their growth, and it just makes it harder for me to get like weekend venues. Now the senior stuff is okay, but unfortunately they got some. I think it's a US qualifier that's going to be happening, and they're booked 2 weeks solid when I need them.
Right. Well, that's we're fighting that all over the country. Trying to get good quality courses on Saturday. Obviously, nothing as locally as good as River Landing and things like that. But I mean, it's all over the country. We're fighting all the same things. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking some time out and joining us. It was great seeing you guys, and congratulations and good luck this year.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Take care, bud. Thanks, bud. Man, we're lucky to get both Steve and Marty. Like I said, I generally see Steve 3 or 4 times a year. I didn't see him at all this year.
I mean, with you traveling as much as you do around the area.
Well, Steve's right down the road. He's in Augusta. We're 2 hours away, and we didn't see him at all. I mean, we actually we did a combo with their golf week, and he wasn't there. Oh, we got another one coming on in. Where's your partner? Come on, Thompson.
No.
Come on, Thompson. Come on in, bud. Come on.
Remember, one's the voice and one's the smarts.
Tom's not coming in. Ed, jump in, bud. Oh boy, we got 2 more good ones here.
First time.
All right, so we got Cephas Franklin from DC, and we got a brand new. Hasn't even started as a tour director yet, but you know who it is. Tell them who you are, Ed.
Michael Van Smack Esquire.
It's good seeing both you guys.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
All right, gentlemen.
So how you guys doing, man?
We're doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, we're excited. National Championship 2023. DC gonna take it all home this year. I got 25 players coming down here, man, and them boys ready.
Yeah, I like the guys that you brought.
Yeah.
You guys brought a good stable of players.
Oh yeah.
Now Thompson, I'm a little worried about though. I mean, he jumped up from D flight to C flight. I'm a little worried about it, but everybody else I think will be fine.
Yeah, well, Tom and Wolf, they've been teetering all year, right there on the cusp, and I've been on them like, hey man, I might as well just move up. I don't know why y'all want to sit there and play in D flight. I said, y'all know y'all C flight guys, and I actually talked them into it. So now, both of them are down here. We just started the senior tour with Dave Phillips, and I tell you, man, we expect to see big things in DC next year.
Yeah, well, you did a really good job. You pretty much been a tour director already, but I mean, for the first year all on your own, you guys really did a really good job.
Yeah, Tim, I learned from the best, and
Jen.
You and Jen, I hats off to you guys. It's a family atmosphere. We're still trying to keep that family atmosphere going. The big thing that hurting us right now, I'll just be honest with you, is the courses, man. The courses don't want to work with us like they used to. And in the DC market, they're almost about to price us out.
Right.
So do you realize, Tim, we played Potomac Shores for years, right?
Right.
I can't get Potomac Shores.
That's bad.
They will not even allow a tournament on the weekend.
Now, we're saying that in Milwaukee, too, because we wanted to play University Ridge, get that back on the schedule. And the guy said, we don't want to schedule tournaments on weekends.
Well, I was just talking about that with Maury, but, it's tough, but I think we'll get through it. I think, we'll get another year, with prices going up and the economy not really doing so well, people not playing as much golf. They're going to have to come down a little bit. We just got to stay the course. Put the best schedule that we can together. And offer that customer service and those other things that make us great.
Yeah. So let's talk about some. For DC, I can tell you, I'm adding Blue Match next year. I went out earlier this year with Dave Phillips and we played it. I have my sign on the car. The pro came looking for me. Who's driving that car right now?
Yep.
And I talked to him, and I was like, look, I have been trying to get them on the schedule for 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been there.
And couldn't get them.
Right.
But I met the pro and the GM. He's like, yeah, sure. So I got his card. I went out to Oak Creek. Remember last time we played Oak Creek, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Oak Creek. You know, Oak Creek is now part of Club Court.
Okay.
And a lot of the Club Court courses up there, again, won't let you play on the weekend. Well, I talked to the pro, and he's like, sure. So I'm looking at Oak Creek, Blue Mash. I'm going to go back to University of Maryland. We haven't played University of Maryland in years. So
right?
I hear that's in great shape. So I'm reaching out to them next week. But yeah, we're trying to spice up the schedule a little bit to change some things. We got 3 combo tournaments this year with Tidewater and Richmond. So Tidewater will do the one in April. DC is due the one in May, so right now I'm looking at Blue Ridge for that. So we're talking 120 plus golfers.
One day or 2 days for that?
One day.
Okay.
So we're doing all of them in one day. And then Lyle just told me for Richmond he's got a private course for the one in July. So I'm like, that works.
It does.
So we're trying to spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna work with Dave a little more, and on the senior tour, try to help get the senior tour numbers up. So the goal this year, so we were right around 128 this year number wise, and not where we wanted to be, but the market and some other things going on. So we had like 10 guys that were really hurt this year that didn't come back.
Right.
But I've talked to all of them. And they're like, hey, we're back. We had a couple of guys have heart attacks this year.
I'm glad you brought that up. With Gary, my buddy Gary.
Yeah, he's here.
He's glad he's back and doing well, and, he made it down. He had me worried about him for a while because not only the heart attack, he had those other complications with it.
Yeah, so, Gary, we had just come off of playing it's a group of guys we've been playing about 25 years.
Right.
So, 20 years, actually. This is our 20th year. We went down to Birmingham. We had just played 5 days in a row. Wow. Gary said he had some problems down there, but, didn't think about it. And he got home and went and played one Wednesday morning. And he said, man, I've never quit at 9 holes. I've always played 18. Well, he got to the 9th hole, and he said, my body just wouldn't let me. He went home, called a doctor, went to the hospital on Wednesday that afternoon. And then that afternoon, the doctor said, hey, look, you need to come back on Friday morning. We're going to do a stick. I'm like, what? And
I accomplished the biggest part.
Just keep up.
And so he went in on Friday morning. They ran another test and said, hey, look, sorry, we can't do a stint. As a matter of fact, we are putting you in an ambulance right now, and we're sending you to Walter Reed Medical Center.
Wow. That's great.
He went to Walter Reed. They were supposed to do it on Tuesday. They went in and did the surgery. It was supposed to be 3 hours. They got in there and figured out, oh, wait a minute, you don't have one blockage at 90%. You have 3. So he had triple bypass surgery in early May. The doctor, he worked himself back, and the doctor gave him clearance at the end of August. So he played in the last tournament in August, and then he played the last 2, and he's here for the national championship.
Thank God he's here. Thank God he's here.
That was scary.
It is, yeah.
And then Shaggy.
That kid.
That kid, I tell you, man.
That's all you can say is Shaggy.
That's all I can say is
that
Shaggy.
Kid.
That's my boy Shaggy. As a matter of fact, we just talked to him. He's on his way down now. He's stopping in Charlotte and saying he'll get up early in the morning and come on down. But, Shaggy had heart problem too last year.
Yeah. And, not that you would think Gary would, but when you look at Shaggy.
Yeah, you look at Shaggy. Shaggy's probably 125, 130 pounds soaking wet. But Tim, when it's all said and done, oh, by the way, Wolf just shared with me Rick Estes.
Yeah, he just told me about that.
Yeah, Rick Estes just came out of surgery here this afternoon for a prostate cancer.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And so I was telling him, I said, so now I understand why we haven't seen Rick this year because
he's been dealing with this.
He's been dealing with the cancer.
you know, we're not that old. You know, I hear my my dad's dead and my mom's not good, but you know, I talk to Jen's parents a lot, and they say, well, we're at that age where this is what happened.
Yep.
See, we're not that old. This should not be happening to us.
Well, Tim, I don't know about you not being that old.
We're not that old. You're not that old.
But Tim, I'm a few years away from collecting. And I'm talking about.
We're not that old.
Hey, I'm getting mine the first time I can get it.
You should.
You know, I ain't waiting because ain't nothing promised. But you know, going back to golf, man, I tell you, man, I'm just looking at this room of folks. You know, it's family.
It is.
Yes.
You know, Chris and I met Chris. We played. We played
4 years
together.
ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago when I met Chris. You know,
Here.
Right here we were playing. And now look, you know, I went out to Arizona and played. Chris was there. You know, so hey Tom, take care of us, man.
He didn't want to be on the podcast, so now you got to go.
Now you got to go do work.
Yeah. We got to take care of business.
Well, Cephas, I'd like to tell a story.
Go ahead, Ed.
First time that I ever played an event, Tim and Jen had taken over the tour up in Milwaukee for a year to help run it. And it was the first year I ever played. First tournament event, Tim and Jen made me feel like I had played for 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, and that left a lasting image with myself. I love Tim and Jen to death, and that's one of the reasons why I'm taking over Milwaukee is my respect for them. Right. And my respect for this tour.
Yeah.
I want this thing to grow up here by us.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I met Tim at the Washington Golf Show. And hold on, where's my phone? I'm finna get the exact time, Tim. Hold on. Hold on, Tim. This is.
Hey, you know we're live. We don't got that much time.
I know. It ain't gonna take me but a minute. Because Tim already knows. This is my 14th year.
Yeah.
My 14th year on the tour.
Yeah.
So I met Tim.
2000. It had been January 2009.
Yeah, 2009 January. And I was just walking through the Washington Golf Show, and I walked up on the table, and Tim started talking to me like he's known me forever. And he said, "Hey, you like to play competitive golf?" I said, "Yeah, man. That's what I'm looking for."
Come on down,
said,
bro.
"Well, you need to come on and sign up for the tour." And I said, "What?" He and Dan were sitting there. He and Dan at the run there, and Tim and Jen were sitting there, and we talked. So I signed up. And I will tell you from a golf perspective, that is the best thing that I ever did.
Oh.
You know, because we play on the weekends, and we play with our buddies, but the level and the intensity, and then playing by the rules. You know, your buddies want to mulligan. They want to roll them in the fairway.
Yeah.
You know, they want to do all that stuff, you know. And then when they get to the end, they want to say, "Yeah, I shot a 79." Well, you really didn't. You know, you had some other things going on. You took a mulligan here or there. But playing on this tour, I went back and I told you I was playing with this group for over 20 years now. I went back to those guys and started playing, and they walked up to me and said, "Hey, man, your game has changed. Your intensity level has changed." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "This tour makes you play. You're playing by the rules. There are no gimmies. You got to put everything down. You know, you can't. You got to take an unplayable lie if you're on the roof, or you got to hit it. You know, you don't get nothing free.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and so Tom, I'll never forget it. A couple of years later, Tom take him to member guest at Rock Harbor, Tim. And you paired us with 2 A-flight guys.
Yeah, and the one guy's name is right on the tip of my tongue, too.
Yeah, and so he had a guest, I had a guest. So we're C-flight, those guys are A-flight. So here we go, man. We tee off. And they on the fairway. Tom and I we're in the fairway. They hit up on the green. They probably got about a 40 and 30-foot putts. Tom and I are off to the right. We're shaking the ball, and we finally get to the green. So we get to the green. These guys are walking around the green. They're looking. They're lining it up. And Tom is just watching. I'm laughing. Tom is just looking at him, and the guy on the far end, 40-footer, he hits up and stops right at the hole, taps in for par. The other guy that was 30 foot out did the same thing, and all of a sudden he hits, and boom, he dropped the birdie. So I bogeyed Tom double. We get in the car. Tom looks at me, he said, man, what were those guys doing? They were serious. I said, man, I told you your game is going to change.
There is nothing better in the world than competitive golf.
You're right.
You know, competitive golf is the juices are running. I mean, you got a whole bunch of things running.
Especially when you're playing really well or you're playing with somebody who plays really well. Right. I mean, to watch somebody who's playing well. I mean, that's good to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
I had that experience in Geneva National during the regional, or not during the regional, during the major this year, where it was myself against one other guy, and we were just going back and forth. He'd make a birdie, I'd make a birdie. He'd make a par, I'd make a par. Back and forth, and we just kept pushing each other, and we both shot great at the end. It was a fantastic round of golf. We still talk about it as one of the best rounds we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, competitive golf is incredible. I remember my first round, I called my dad. I don't know what the hell I'm doing up here. And he says, just hit the ball, play golf. You competed your whole life, and you'll be all right. And I was like, okay.
The first round I had a 10-shot lead at the turn and didn't know it. And I was like, all of a sudden it was like I called my wife in the round and I said, hey, how am I doing? She went, you're fine. And then all of a sudden the wheels came off, and it was like I hung on to win by 3.
That's a story.
All right, so let's talk about a 10-shot lead.
No.
I'm
Thanks,
10 shots down after 3 holes. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming and spend some time with us. I appreciate it. Saturday. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Good luck this week.
All right,
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Guys, good luck.
Man, two really good guys. Thank God they're with us. One thing, again, this is our first time doing this, and we're supposed to be watching these comments, right? I do have some couple comments from Wally, from Wally Bomberic from Chicago. Wally, I appreciate you watching, and you're right. David Bush is the man, and you guys got a good one.
Yeah, you do. He's a great guy to hang out with. Come on.
Well, we got 2 more guys coming in. We got Brandon and Steve. Brandon and Steve, welcome, guys.
What is up?
How y'all doing?
Good. You?
You guys excited?
Yeah. It's my first podcast.
Hey.
Ever. Unless you count Zoom for 3rd grade.
Well, maybe we'll go with that.
Okay.
So what do you think of your first year?
I think we gave away a lot of money.
That's okay, though.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think we shocked some people with our money game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where we did the carryover skins, and they'd get done, and they're like, $742? Yeah, bro. I mean, the look on some faces were like, what?
So how does that work?
Yeah, explain this to us.
How's it work?
So we changed our skins game to basically $1 per hole per player.
Okay.
All right, so to get in that game, it's $18.
Okay.
And basically you start like you're at the beginning of the year on hole number 1. That's your starting hole, 18's your finish, and you go through, and if nobody makes a birdie from 7 to 18, that's 11 skins. So 11, say you had 80 players in.
Okay.
We take 11 times 80, $880, and that's what that guy wins from 7 to 18. All right, and you may have other skins like 1 through 7,
Right.
and if they're singular, that guy makes $80 on a skin. But you can have a big banger in there where you're like, man, I almost made $1,000 today. Wow, that's a good day.
That's a really good day.
That's a good day,
That's
right?
a really good day.
So we put
And everybody's in this one pot.
everybody, and here's the best part. I think we had like 94% participation in the whole entire skins game because of that. Well, I mean, we would have like maybe 1 or 2 guys that don't get in.
And you look at him and you go, come on, guys.
Well, the one guy was like, I never get in.
Well, you never win.
I'm like, all right, there you go. So there was always that one guy, and then maybe a guy that was like, I'm only playing this week as a guest, so I'm not getting it. And that was like our two people that didn't get it.
Right. And see, those guys, what I would do is I'd throw in $18, right? Right? Seriously.
You're like, I won.
I did that a couple years ago at the senior nationals. Because again, you're $20 a day. And I looked, like the course I was working, I had 4 or 5 guys didn't get in. So I went down and looked at him and said, okay, this guy makes some birdies. Pay for him. And so, and I put on the envelope, if this guy gets anything,
I get paid.
Comes to me. So one guy did. I took half and I gave him half.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we had the master of emails over here.
Okay.
This guy, if you can think about a question for a tournament, it's in the email. That's that guy right there. Where do I go to the bathroom? Hole number 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here's the bathroom code.
Yeah. We need that. I'm a college professor, and I get all kinds of questions. So really,
what's a syllabus?
I wrote it all down there for you. All you got to do is read it.
Yeah, it's right there, bro.
No, but then you get the players that don't even read your emails, and they ask you the question. You're like, "Did you read it?" Yeah. You sure?
Oh, that's actually me. He gets angry at me for that. He's like, "Did you read the email?" And I'm like, "No." That's me. That's this guy. But no, we had fun. We picked. We tried to pick some really good golf courses that we know are always in good shape. We got commented on that. We work together really well. Brandon organizes everything. I execute the game plan when we get there. And if there's any trouble that comes up, I'm the one. I've always been the one that thinks on my feet, like, oh, what do we do here? We had one tournament where we didn't have a tee marker on a hole. And so I pulled some Gatorade caps off and threw them down.
There you go.
That's all I had.
That works.
Yeah. So,
you do what you got to do sometimes, right?
Yeah, definitely. What'd you think about the year? What were you excited about?
I just love the fact that people were gravitating towards the trophies and the name.
I was going to ask you about those trophies. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was kind of continuing our last podcast. It was where we left off, and the outpouring feedback about winning an axe or a championship belt, or as Steve found a deer horn knife. You just never really know what you're going to get, and it's just something different than the plaque or a trophy that you normally get. And I kind of tied it to the name of the event to kind of give it a little bit of a flair. And one of the other fun things I did was I gave a lot of the players wrestling nicknames. Like we had Steve's rival is James Gelb, and he won at the Juliet course that we had the Viking axes at, and nicknamed him Viking James. First of his name.
So Ed. He used to be a professional wrestler.
Yes.
Oh, that's my fellow Wisconsinite?
Yes.
I have got to tell him that detail because I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll talk to you for hours about it. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like that.
That's our axe.
You're doing that again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be every year.
That'll be every year. Yeah.
Awesome.
And here's the thing about that golf course. You show up, and it's all run by females, and they're all very, very good looking. All right, and they have a set of tee boxes called the Viking tees.
Okay.
All right, and so we show up with these axes in boxes, and probably the most beautiful girl you've ever seen run a golf course comes out. She's like, "Can I get a picture of that?"
Yes.
Because she's like, "That's the most awesome thing I've ever seen." There you go.
Anything you want, you can do.
And I'm pretty sure for their club championship, they're giving away an axe. Yeah.
He started a tradition now.
We have Battle of the Axes. First event of the year. Juliet Falls.
So Brandon, are you playing this weekend?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
Believe it or not, the Golden Bear course, I would come out here as the best twilight rate, in the afternoon. So I play that golf course the most when I come to the Highland.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a course I'm familiar with.
That's a really good course. It was our first time there last year, and automatically became one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's our axe.
Any Nicholas course that does so well is just one of those things.
Jennifer. Say hi to the camera. Oh, it's too late. You're already in there. You might as well just wave. You might as well wave.
We're gonna have to do a Hawaiian shirt.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's why this podcast is rated not for kids. Not for kids.
We gave away some weird stuff, but I think they liked it. You know? It's something different, you know.
It really is.
Yeah,
it is.
We tried to come up with names for events like the Cinco de Mayo Players Championship. You know, one of the golf courses that we play is supposedly like an old.
So it was shortened. You know, for some it was shortened to 9. Our champion A flight finished, but everybody else was shortened. And you know, that kind of, especially at the end of the year, that really kind of hurts momentum.
Oh, it kills you.
You know, I mean, if it's in the middle of the year, it's okay. It kills you if it's at the beginning of the year too.
Yeah.
So you guys got really lucky.
Yeah, we did.
So do you have anything new planned for next year that you want to talk about?
We might do an extra game, like a modified Stableford.
Okay.
For next year.
All right.
Where there's a flighted modified Stableford and then an overall, like a super skin for that.
Okay.
And then the super skin would be you're paired up with a blind partner.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So even if you play bad, your partner might rock.
Exactly.
You know, and you might make some money. So I got to thank my boy from Tennessee on that idea. Because we're always looking for different games so that guys feel like they can come and maybe hit it big to where they're like, yeah, man, I played and made money. We want guys to make money.
If they make money, they're coming back.
They're coming back.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. We put chum in the water. We want the sharks to come in.
Exactly. Yeah, I do a modified stable for one tournament a year, where it's a random pick, random draw pick.
Random draw.
You know, and our guys love that primarily because you know you're playing with people that you don't outside of your play you don't even know.
Yeah.
And that's generally one of our biggest tournaments.
Okay.
So
we're up for ideas. We're always up for trying to get more participation and guys to be like, hey, bro, you know, I went and played Golfweek Amateur Tour, man, and I made like $800 last week.
There you go.
Right?
Exactly.
Like $800. What?
Yep.
And like I said, you put the chum in the water, and that shark's going to come.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job this year, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Thanks for having us.
All right, bud. Chris, they did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job. Let me.
I think we got the next few guests.
We got next guest coming up.
What are we doing? What do we do?
Hey, guys.
Put your headphones on.
My headphones on.
How you guys doing?
Talking the mic.
Hello. What's going on?
How you been?
Been good, man. Just got here today. Drove all the way from Tampa.
Got here probably about 4 o'clock. Took a shower, went behind the villa we were staying on. Had about 15 minutes of balls on the hole that I was staying. A little warm up, and here we are.
Well, you guys did a great job this year.
I couldn't do it without my wife. My wife, Marie.
Well, we already know that she does all the work. I mean, because I'm in the same position as you are, right?
You probably do a little more work than me.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
What are women for? They keep us in line and keep us straight.
Exactly.
So I love her. She's standing there looking at me, make sure I'm talking good about her.
Exactly. She's already shaking her head.
She doesn't look too happy.
And Don, you came from California.
I sure did.
And you come out here every year, and I'm glad you're with us. You had a pretty bad accident a couple weeks ago, and glad you're able to make it out here and be able to play.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm a little banged up, but I'm going to do my best to compete this weekend. We're taking on the Tampa team in the Ryder Cup, so we're going to use our scores from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I picked 10 guys, and he picked 10 guys, and we're going to go head-to-head in a little grudge match, East Coast, West Coast.
Wow.
That's new.
Wow.
So what we did is we picked, obviously he has more team players than I do, so what we did is we picked guys within basically half a point of each other.
Okay.
So a 15 plays against a 14-5 or a 15-2, and we have a guy in each flight going head-to-head, and we have our head-to-head bets, and then we have a cup that we're going to pass back and forth between the two tours.
Oh,
that's a really good idea too. I mean, we're sitting over here shooting the shit.
Yeah.
They're getting all these good ideas.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I have 10 guys. It's the first time California's ever had a team, and I want them to perform. So not only will each round count as their individual score, it's also going to count as their team score, and it's going to count as their Ryder Cup score, and they're going to be in the 2-man tournament. So every guy playing, your score is going to count 4 times. So the pressure's on, and you can't let down your buddy from the tour.
That's a lot of pressure for scores.
It is, but that's a phenomenal idea.
Yeah, it's just cool to be able to take 2 tours on opposite sides of the country and be able to essentially come together and compete against each other.
And since this will be broadcast later, we're crashing.
It's live now.
Well, just if Tampa, if you're listening, we're crashing your team party as well. So we'll be.
He has no idea who won the national championship last year.
That don't matter.
All the records in 28 years.
Yeah, but
he doesn't know what tour did that yet.
But it's 2023, so.
Yeah. It's a new year, but you brought 10 guys from California. Right?
I thought it was 11. Was it 11 or 10?
I've got 10. 10 or the 11th guy went to the senior, so we got.
So 10. He already lost one. Yeah. He had 11 on the list.
But
we already won up.
Don, that's a really big deal. It really is.
I apologize. It is 11.
Oh, there we go. He got it back. He already heard it. Got it back.
I'm sorry. He's a 3 handicap playing in the D flight.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We got some of those too.
No, bringing 10 people across the country is not a small feat.
Yeah,
wait, you came all the way from El Paso.
That's still halfway.
Yeah, that's still halfway. You still get a ticket for $300.
Not only that, I have to give out a shout out because one of my older players, a retired Army veteran, he rented a car and drove here.
Oh
no!
So he rented a Cadillac and drove across the United States. He got here today and played golf with me.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, so he went the extra mile.
So Don, let me ask you, since we're we're live on the air, do we still have that $100 bet that my tour is going to beat your tour?
Uh-oh. I thought it was 50. Did you know?
No, it's 50 for each single player.
Okay,
but tour against tour, I figured $100.
All right.
I mean, it's easier to come up with a $100 bill than a $50 bill now.
There we go.
I don't know, Tim, but I might have to take Tampa on this one. You can have California.
Oh, Don, you got to hit. Don't do me dirty, Don. Come on, bud.
We're working it.
That's awesome, though.
But there is a lot of good golfers coming from California. you got to realize that though, and they all migrate and end up in Florida. So they start in California and come to Florida.
Well, they're going from California to either Texas or Florida is where they're going.
Well, that's because I live in a communist state. But that's
thank God we're going to bring that up. Here we go.
I didn't say a word. I didn't say they were moving.
I believe we call it California.
I'm right there with you.
Well, so Don, what's one thing that you're most proud of that you've accomplished this year?
I think that the biggest thing is just trying to increase the participation and get the number of members up. As everybody in the room knows, I have the hardest time out there because I'm surrounded by tours. They go head to head with us. They go to the same venue, same date, right across the street. They do everything they can to knock us out.
Yeah.
So trying to not only keep the Golfweek name alive, but to grow the tour is extremely challenging. And so each year we try to get a few more members out. This year I'm going to start a little bit early, trying to generate the interest. I've put a countdown calendar for the Black Friday registration on the front page of my website, and just trying to, keep the guys together in the off season. We want to roll into 2024. We want to try to hit 200 members this year.
But I mean, you've grown it every year, so I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's just a matter, honestly, of just getting the word out. Social media and everything I've learned from the other directors here will help me to increase the turnout. Obviously, we have the best tour, and going into the new year, the best tour of all the brands.
Okay, we'll go with that.
But what I'm saying is, this year I've looked at the competition I have out there. I've looked at the prices they're charging. I've formulated a strategy. So basically, you'll be able to play 10 events on my tour, a regional, and 2 majors for under $3,000.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And that's tough in California.
Well, that's tough anywhere.
Yeah, my competition, their average price per event is $229, and their majors are between $599 and $1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping all mine under $500, which is not easy.
No, it's not.
Crazy, they're selling out. That's what I can't get.
Right, I don't understand that either. I don't understand that at all.
And as far as my biggest accomplishment, I think that would be last year. We actually got to play Torrey Pines twice. So we played right after the pros, and then again at the end of the year, we were invited back. So,
well, as long as you're invited back, that's the key.
Right. And I'm working on getting us Pebble Beach one of those years. Well,
good luck with that one. So Chris and I are going to be traveling to regions this year.
Okay.
So if Pebble Beach is on the list, we'll be out there.
I'm working it. We got PGA West, the Jack Nicklaus Tournament, and La Quinta Mountain, which are fantastic.
Those are great courses. And Shane, you guys had I think the biggest percentage increase across the tour, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We went from average of 60 players to 176 this year.
Jeez.
In your second year, right?
My second year. The tour has been going for 10 years, pretty much. But I got in there, and I've been playing with Golfweek for 14 years. I put my foot in the door, and I got my wife on board. I told her that's the only way I'd do it is if I had a 100% good partner to go in here and fight this and make this tour happen. And what I did to make this tour grow is I built a relationship with players. I made a 25 handicap or a scratch golfer feel like they are part of the tour. You're not just a player, you're part of the tour.
Right.
You have an input. You have a say of what goes on, where we play. If there's something you don't like, I want you to bring it to our attention. And a lot of the players, they feel like they're part of something. And when they feel like they're part of something, they show up, they bring their friends, and it's really turning out really well. I'm hoping next year to break the 200 mark.
Well, you're right on the cusp of that, and you should do that. I mean,
I hope so. Like I said, it is golf. All the courses are raising the rates up 20%.
Yeah.
So I have to raise my rates up 20%.
Yep.
I tell you, but the good thing I do for our players is we pay out the Visa gift cards for all placements, and they all like the money. And I told them, I said, look, this is the way you win at home for playing golf on Saturdays. When you win a gift card, you go home and give it to your wife. All right?
Bingo.
You give that gift card to your wife. All right. And if you win some skin money, you keep that in your pocket. Okay. That'd be your damn glad money. Damn glad she don't know about it.
Exactly.
All right. And
Man, I do it the wrong way then.
You do.
I give my skin money to my wife.
No.
And then 2 weeks later, you say, hey, I want to go play in that tournament. And she goes, oh, that one you gave me that $200 gift card? She goes, yeah. And she'll be like, oh, all right, go practice. And next thing you know, you got them hooked.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's turning out good. It's really growing. All the players, they love each other. I brought 30 guys here this weekend to the Nationals, and they are stoked. When I told them about competing against California, all 30 of them wanted to compete. But I'm like, well, I got to pick 11. They didn't like that too much, so California.
Well, you know what you tell them, Shane? Play better.
Well, I told them to play better and get their handicaps closer because we took the handicaps that are closest to each other,
right? So
it's fair. In each flight, we got one champ flight guy. He's got one champ flight guy. So they're head to head. We got 2 or 3 A flight. One of them's like a 4.5. I got like a 5. He's got like a 5. I got like a 5.5. So we're making these guys battle at the same flight, the same fight, and they're battling head to head for $50.
There you go.
Out of their pockets. And then me and Don, we're battling out saying
200. I heard it was 200.
And we got a trophy on top of it. One of us got a nice trophy around, and we're going to bring back next year, and which is going to be great because whoever wins is going to take that to tournaments and tell the guys what they've done and what we've done here.
Right.
And they're going to want to show up and say, wow, this is getting serious.
It is. Right.
You know what I mean? And then we're gonna take this to the next level, and then we're gonna have people beating on our door and want to get in on some of our deals.
Exactly.
And that's what we want, man. We want to build a relationship, a friendship, but on the first tee, you know what? It's battle time.
It's on.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much. I really like that Ryder Cup idea.
Well, we're hoping eventually maybe we can do, as more tours want to join, it'll be El Paso, Arizona, and California versus Tampa, Jacksonville, and Miami or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Got to get the players here.
Yeah, we'll get them all here.
That's on you, brother.
I know.
Hey, I'm from Texas, so I'm about getting some Texas Steve blood on my, I bet he can whip up some good food.
That's all I do at home.
Hey, there we go.
That's all I do.
Hey, he's staying in my spot in my house this year. All right, well, good talking to y'all, fellas. I appreciate y'all having me on. Let's go Tampa. Everybody out there, root for Tampa, California, and the whole national Golfweek Amateur Tour, man. Come see us. Come play with us. Check us out. I guarantee you, once you come, you'll never go back.
Shane, Don, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend, and let me know who wins the 200.
You'll see.
The 300, I mean.
Well, no.
Are you kicking in the other two?
I may handicap it.
Yeah, here you go.
No.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. That was great. All right. Thanks, bud. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
This the trophy we got.
I like that.
Our logos on it.
I like that a lot.
And then we
Chris,
did our matchups on the websites. Oh, wow. So we put all the guys on there and stuff. Just having fun.
I like it.
You want to join us?
Sure.
Come on and sit down.
You just came to say hi.
Come on down, bud. Chris, that's a great idea with the Ryder Cup.
My wife's watching.
All right, well,
and she just texted me saying, "Yeah, bring me some more money." So now,
the secret's out now. The secret is out.
Whatever Tim says, I didn't do it.
Well, we've got two more guests. We got Scott Ide from Charlotte and Matt Foch from Minneapolis. Matt, I'm really glad that you're with us because, I mean, you've really grown Minneapolis from almost nothing to almost 100 overnight. And that's phenomenal when you can only play golf for 2 weeks a year.
That's very true, but it may feel like overnight to you guys, but it feels like a long time for us. Long time coming anyways.
Matt, just a tip. When you're at 99, just put John Doe in there. Just put it in there, get your 100, and then it'll all start flowing after that.
It's all right. We do got a guy. We just we fell on the 100-yard line, I guess.
It's all good. And Scott, you gave me a tip last year when we were here about the reach and texting, and that worked out great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, the texting is the best thing that I came up with. My guys are informed. It's like even now when we're at the national championship, I am in touch with all my guys,
right.
And they know when to meet. For pictures or whatever, everybody knows everything that's going on. And it's awesome.
And if they don't, it's on them that they didn't read it, right?
That's exactly right.
Exactly. So Matt, how did you? And I'm going to go back to the overnight thing. Because I'm really impressed with what you did. How did you do that?
So, I guess I had to give a lot of credit to Facebook. We put a lot of ads out there. But beyond that, it was just pounding the pavement. I personally play a lot of tournament golf. So
right.
Every tournament I'm in, I'm glad handing and I'm handing out cards and telling guys, hey, if you like this, you got to come check out the Golf Week because we got a fantastic tour going. And, I think you'd love it. So that's really how we've grown quite a bit.
I remember talking to you last year and how nervous you were to get started. So it just sounds like you've been doing this for years now, and it's only been it's been a short period of time. And I've said it before on the podcast. I've been in your shoes, and being able to, like you said, pounding the pavement and getting there. It feels good at the end of the day. So just keep it up. You'll be fine. You playing this weekend though?
Yeah, we're gonna play. That's really what this is about for me.
Well, see, Chris, I don't know if you know this, but Matt can play.
Oh, I've heard.
Matt's a good stick right here.
I've heard.
As understated as he just said, he can play.
No. I believe last year you played with HB.
Yeah, that was a fun round.
And he told me that you can play. And if HB says that, in our tour, HB is like the professional that we have. So if he can say that and leave a good comment, I don't doubt it.
Well, I appreciate it. And I will say that right back to him because, boy, could he play. He can move the ball.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Chris caddied for him at a USGA qualifier, and he got fired.
Is that right?
It's a work in progress, like this live stream.
So Scott, you had a really good year at both Golf Week and Seniors. And you've been doing this for forever. What do you attribute your overall success to?
I would have to say that everyone tells me that we have very well-run tournaments. They enjoy the day because we do everything very professionally, and the guys love the fact that everything's ready for them. The course is always set up for them, that when they come in, everything is spot on, quick. We pay out quickly. We give out the awards. Everybody's there. I think they really like the experience.
Right.
And every time I get a new player that comes out for the first time, they always say the same thing. They say, this is the best experience that I've ever had in tournament golf. So I think that's really a key to some of our success has been that, it feels like it's a well-run machine.
That's because it is, and I say that I've been up to your tournaments, right? And you're selling out all the time, and now that I think about it, your payouts are probably some of the quickest I've ever seen. I mean, you get through the cards and you verify and you get things done really quick. And guys aren't waiting around for hours and hours and hours for you to get it done, which is huge because a round of golf is 4.5 to 5 hours as it is. They don't want to wait around for another 2 to get the payouts.
Exactly. So yeah, and now that obviously with PayPal and Venmo and all that sort of thing, we tell the guys, look, if you don't want to stick around, you get your payout in the morning.
Exactly.
And I make sure to pay everybody within 24 hours, and they all love that. So it's just being efficient, I think, is the bottom line, and everybody loves it. And we're actually increasing our payouts this year. So, our first place is now going to be, if we have 100 guys in the tournament, it's going to be a $500 first prize. That's awesome. On every flight. Right. So it's, we're really trying to do things to make the guys excited about playing every event. And,
We're also increasing. We're going to pay the top 5 places at the end of the year versus paying just the top place. So it's going to help at the end of the year when we have guys that are still trying to fight for that 5th position,
right,
as well as number 1 through 4. And so it's going to attract more. I think overall at the end of the year when some guys kind of fizzle out,
we're tournament participation kind of fizzles and drops off.
I think
that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
They do, like, if they can't if they know they're not going to finish in first place, why am I going to come and spend that money, save it to go to nationals?
And I can't give myself the credit. I got to give it to Chuck Smith out of Central Carolina.
Oh, that's a Chuck Smith one.
Yeah,
Okay.
he came up with it this year, and he told me to make sure to tell everybody that it was his idea.
Hey, Chuck, we got it, bud. And Chuck's the guy that's listening to this, right, too?
Absolutely.
So, Matt, what do you have planned for next year?
Oh, well, for next year, we're going to be doing, for this winter, actually, coming up, we got a lot of indoor stuff going on. So that's going to be exciting. Okay. So we'll have a lot of tournaments and skins games going all winter. That should help boost our membership as well.
Okay, so winter goes from October to April?
Yeah, April, sometimes into May. We got snowed out a couple of our first events over the years. So.
Yeah.
That's why I moved.
Yeah, you don't, Matt. You don't have to live up there, bud.
I shouldn't. None of us.
July 4th in winter up there.
No, I'll pass.
Yeah, it's beautiful in the summertime.
Yes.
So
I guess for the week and a half.
But we make good use of it, right?
Yeah, but and see, it stays late a lot longer too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're out there till about 9:30 at night, in the heart of the summertime. So that's nice.
So you can get up and probably 5:30 and play. And
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, first tee time, a lot of courses. Some of them stretch it. They want you out there at 5 if you want to come out. Sun's coming up.
That's great.
Well, you know what? The golf solstice. You heard about that, right?
What's that?
Abandoned Dunes, where they play. I think it's like 4 courses in one day. It's the longest day of the year. And
I hope those guys have fun.
That.
Hope those guys.
No,
have fun.
I want to do that, but I might have to go over here and just go play for one day and see how much I can get in.
We'd love to have you guys.
Well, guys, thanks so much for taking some time with us tonight. I really do appreciate it. Man, it's great seeing you. So I see you once a year. Scott, I see you more regular. It's still good to see you, but you know how it is. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, fellas.
Good luck, guys.
Well, Chris, we said we were going to be on here for an hour maybe, and we are running. Oh boy,
hour and a half.
An hour and a half, yeah, an hour and a half.
Well, when we do get guests that like Mr. Franklin who can tell a story.
Yes, he can.
It tends to happen, but it was fun.
This was great. I had a great time,
and I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm a little nervous if people stop by and they want to chit chat. I know, at least on Facebook, one of our regular guests commented that he's gonna come crash, Mr. Luke.
Tell him to come on down.
He's already claiming it. So he from 5 to 6. That's all you got. If you're not here between 5 and 6, sorry.
Yeah, we got to cut it short because 6 o'clock for
they need us to help.
Tour directors comes early.
No, I think they need us to help them with welcome bags or something. I don't know.
It's gonna be raining this time. Oh boy! Well, this was great, and I'm glad we got to do this one time practice for tomorrow. Remember, guys, tomorrow from 5 to 6. Well, check-in tomorrow is from I think 4 to 8. 4 to 8 at the Hills Course in Palmetto Dunes. So make sure you go there, and then we'll be live from 5 to 6. Right
somewhere
there.
In the area.
So, probably right around there. But inside, we'll be inside.
Yes, we will be inside. I will take transfusions all day.
That's what you do. Hey, you do what you gotta do.
Just in case anybody wants to come and say hi. I won't say hi unless they're coming. Just kidding.
Well, as you can see, we're ready to get rolling here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 5.
Yep. Have a good one. Be safe.
Chris, we didn't do it again.
What didn't we do?
We didn't say how to join the tour.
That's right. It's simple. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership.
Thanks, Chris. Membership for 2024 is open, so register today to join the oldest, largest, and best amateur tour in the country.